I was never the kind of guy who wrote down his stories. 16 years on the streets of Texas will kill any desire you have to remember details. The things I've seen out there are enough to haunt the dreams of a man with ice in his veins. But some events don't fade. They cling to your memory. They come back every damn night, no matter how hard you try to outrun them.
A job everybody hates, one that ain't meant for the weak-hearted, but it's part of the badge. I drove through the quiet night. The wind felt like the breath from an open oven, and the sky was wide, empty, pitch black, dead-looking. There were moments where I swear the road felt endless, like the darkness was swallowing everything around me. As I got closer to the house, I noticed something strange. A woman standing at the gate of a big property. A long dirt path stretched deep into the land, leading to a house you could barely see from the road. I slowed down and stepped out. "Evening, ma'am. Sheriff's office." Before I could ask her anything, she said, "I knew you were coming. I heard your car from miles away." Her voice was calm, too calm for someone about to hear about a death in the family. She wore a simple dress, her hair messy, like she'd just woken up, but her face was pale in a way I can't explain. Not tired pale, lifeless pale. I asked, "Do you live here?" She said, "Yes, this is my home." I told her I needed to speak to the family. She lowered her voice and said, "The house is a little far. I'll walk. Let's go." She walked ahead of me, slow but steady. There was nothing natural about the way she moved. No sway, no rhythm, just steps. I kept my eyes on her. She wasn't using a flashlight, but she walked like she knew every rock and crack in that dirt path.
The narrow road was quiet, lined with scattered trees. The only sound was insects in the dark. 5 minutes in, without turning around, she said, "I'll wait for you at the door." I didn't understand what she meant. When I reached the house, I climbed the small wooden porch and looked around for her. She was gone, just gone. No footsteps, no voice, nothing. Before I could knock, the door swung open. A young woman in her 20s stood there, eyes wide and worried. "Is everything okay?" I said, "I was just speaking to a lady at the gate, but she disappeared. Is someone else here with you?" Her confused expression was real, too real. "No, it's just me and my husband. My mom left hours ago. She hasn't come home." I didn't say anything yet. I asked her to bring her husband. They sat in front of me, hands clasped tight, fear written all over them.
I took a deep breath and delivered the words no officer wants to say. "I'm sorry, but your mother, Susan Miller, was in an accident. She didn't make it." The girl didn't scream. She just broke, silently. Her husband held her like he was trying to put her back together. While giving them a moment, my eyes drifted across the pictures on the wall. And there she was, Susan. Middle-aged, strong features, calm smile, and eyes identical to the eyes of the woman I'd just seen at the gate. My whole body froze. Sweat ran cold down my spine. I stepped closer to the photo. The daughter said through her tears, "That's my mom. We took that picture 2 months ago." I pointed at it, heart pounding. "I saw her. I swear I just talked to this woman at the gate." The daughter lifted her head slowly, shock washing over her face. "That's impossible. She hasn't been home since this afternoon, and she was driving alone. There's no way you saw her here." A heavy silence followed. Then she added, voice trembling, "Mom always stood at that gate when my husband was at work. She said it made her feel calm. Said she liked seeing the whole road." I stood there, trying to make sense of the impossible. I went back outside to check again. The road was dark. The gate stood open. No footprints, no movement, nothing.
But I knew what I saw. The woman who spoke to me, who walked in front of me for minutes, who said she heard my car from miles away, was the same woman in the picture. The same Susan who died before I even got there. I went back inside to check on the family. That's when I noticed something else. Their phone was lit, showing recent calls. I asked, "Did you try calling your mom?" The daughter nodded. "Yeah, I called her about half an hour ago. She picked up for a few seconds, then the line cut." I checked the timestamp. The call matched the exact time I was speaking to the woman at the gate. I walked back to my car, but something made me look toward the dirt road one more time. There, just at the edge of the porch light, stood a woman. Still, staring right at me. Exactly the same way she'd stood at the gate. Not moving toward me, not walking away, just watching.
I lifted my hand in a hesitant wave, and she disappeared, swallowed by the dark. My shift ended, but the story didn't. The next day, I drove out to the crash site. Susan's car was totaled, smashed into a tree, glass everywhere, blood on the driver's seat. Paramedics told me she died instantly, but something made my stomach drop. The medic said, "Odd thing, officer, she had her phone in her hand, gripping it tight. Looks like she tried calling someone right before she passed." I looked at the phone. There it was, an unfinished call. To daughter. The same call the girl said picked up for a second. I asked the medic, time of death? He checked his paper. Between 12:45 and 12:55. Can't pinpoint the exact minute, but somewhere in there. The exact time I saw her at the gate, and the same time the call was made. Weeks passed. I couldn't shake the memory. I visited the family sometimes. One day, the daughter brought out a small wooden box. "This belonged to Mom," she said. Inside was an old notebook. She opened to a page and showed me her mother's handwriting. "If anything ever happens to me, I'll come back to the gate. I'll wait there. I love that spot. The road knows me, the house knows me, and the gate knows me."
That night, driving home, the thought tore through me. Was what I saw some kind of spirit? Was Susan trying to deliver a message? Or are there things in this world we just ain't built to understand? People say a soul lingers for a bit after death, looking for home, looking for loved ones, or returning to places that meant something. Susan chose the gate. Years passed, but I still go back sometimes, just to make sure I didn't imagine the whole thing. One evening not too long ago, I stopped by the same gate. It was closed now. The family moved away a year after her death. As I stood there, I heard it. Soft footsteps on the dirt path. Slow, steady, like they knew exactly where every stone was. I saw nothing, but I swear I heard a woman's voice. Faint, distant, familiar. "I heard you from far away." I left without looking back.
If you reach the end, you are one of the loyalists. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
and make sure to activate the bell button so that you receive everything new.